And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, live here at the Wack Golf and Country Club. We're looking at the flight of Keanu Jans on the green of the 18th to close out the tournament. And we were very hopeful coming into the day. He was 4 strokes behind the leader, but for today, he's at 3 over, ending it at 1 under for the tournament.
And really, you got to say that, 3 over looks like a difficult score, but to be perfectly honest, there's a lot of pressure. The conditions have been difficult. He has had 7 bogeys and 4 birdies today. So he has hit obviously some good shots, but it is tough out there.
It
And
is.
if he gets his 2 putt here and signs for a 75, he's 1 under for the tournament. He'll be the only Filipino under par this week.
And he's actually on a streak right now. He birdied 16 and 17. And he's all again putting for birdie here.
And 17, if you're familiar with this course, that's usually the 8th hole. That's one of the toughest par 3s in the country, with the camelback green. And to make a birdie there is something else. So real fight back. He bogeyed 11, 13, and 14. Birdies on 16 and 17. And this is going to be a birdie on the 18th if he can roll the rock. And a little bit of work to do, but that should be enough for a par and a 75.
And he's gonna tap in for his par.
Carl Jano Corpus tied for 21st, shoots 75 today as well. 23rd, rather.
This is Marcus Plunkett from the USA.
Started the day at -4. He'll settle for a par here on the 18th hole. Great to see players from all over the world coming to Asia. They've been coming here to this place for a long time. My father said the old Philippine Open, you had players like Porky Oliver, Philippines. Hole, which is the usual 9th hole in the East Course, is really messy. You have to lay up before the creek, and then a difficult uphill shot to the green. It's a difficult uphill shot to the green. It's a fitting hole to end this round of golf.
And the Korean actually puts that a little way past the hole. He still got his work cut out. Puts that a little way past the hole. He still got his work cut out for him. Left himself with a good 10-foot uphill putt. Left himself with a good 10-foot uphill putt. This is Jung-Hun Wang on the green shirt and white pants. The green shirt and white pants.
Jung-Un won 6 over today. He's having a rough outing as well. The East Course has its fangs out today for everyone.
So this is his second putt. And gets it back. All right. That was a good comeback. A little pressure there. All right. That was a good comeback. A little pressure there. closes his round at +6. Jun Hong Wang. We got this last putt from Marcus.
Keanu Jans, what a wonderful spell he's had. He's won on the PGT already. He has status on the Asian Development Tour. You really got to be excited for this 30-year-old Filipino. And it's a 75 for Keanu Jans. He finishes 1 under for the tournament. A fantastic effort. He's tied for 10th. It's a top 10 finish in an Asian Tour event. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's a great showing from Jans.
It is, and he's their #1 contender for the Filipino delegates that reached the cut. The crowd cheering on for Keanu here at Wack.
A solid performance here at the opening leg of the Asian Tour for 2026, the Philippine Golf Championship, presented by the Philippine Sports Commission.
So we're down to the last 2 flights. This was his birdie try, his first putt. That's just slipped to the right. He left that right on the line for Marcus Plunkett. And this is Marcus trying to hold out for the day, but will also have to settle for his par. So Bob, we're about to close out the day. Championship flight is approaching hole 18.
And I don't think, Woo Young Cho has a 2-stroke lead over Pavit Tangkamol Prasert. They are not in the championship flight.
Oh, yeah, they're actually on the next flight that's coming into the 18th right now. How often would you see something like this coming from not exactly the championship flight, and you're on the next one and still be in contention?
Yeah, it happened. The winner does not come, and then he has to hang up a score and be the leader in the clubhouse and then wait. This is the 9th hole fairway. They're crossing from that left over this bridge, and many of the players will tee off with an iron tee off with an iron just to be short of that water hazard, and then they play over there on the right side.
It's relatively a short par 4, but from the tips, it should still play at the 200-yard drive. And then they're left with about a 120 to the pin.
It's 435 yards, 435 yards total. So they lay up about 230, and then they get some roll, and yeah, they're left with, as you mentioned, a short iron to the green.
How did you play this when you played the Pro-Am?
You know, it's interesting because I started on hole 3, and I don't remember what I did on this hole anymore. It's difficult when you've got a shotgun start, but this is how it looks. You see, you go down and then right back up.
Yep.
Elevation changes, such an important part of this course.
And that tee shot actually lands on a downhill, so on the summer this really rolls, and that water really becomes at play.
Yeah, you don't want to hit your shot too hard. But just to update everyone on the Filipino finishers, so as we mentioned, Keanu Jans finishes currently in the top 10, tied for 10 at 1 under. And this is what the leaderboard looks right now. Woo Young Cho, with 2 holes to go, has a 2-stroke lead, but they're playing 17. That's a difficult hole. It's the customary 8th hole here in the East Course. The par 3. Tavit Tangkamol Prasert, 2 strokes behind. Travis Smythe He's 4 behind. His hopes of lifting a trophy here are very much very slim. And Karandeep Kochar, such promise leading into today with that 65 yesterday, but he's 4 over today. And it looks like he will not be the champion. But Malaysia's Irvin Chang, 70 today, a fine final round. And he's tied with Hong Chen Yao, Pusitsupu Pramay, and Sarad Vong Chaisit. Vong Chaisit also a rough outing this Sunday, 4 over. Same thing with Ian Sneyman. They're all at 2 under. And Austin Truslow, as you see there, he is tied for 10th at 1 under, and Keanu Yans of the Philippines is part of that group.
Yeah, and a lot of movements that came from the last day, and this is something where usually you don't see. But looking at Irvin Chang's at number 5, came in from number 10 coming into today, shooting at 2 under and finishing that off and being top 5. I think that's definitely a story to tell with a couple of, I think he had the most gains in terms of position coming into the day.
There's a look at your live physical leaderboard. And as we were mentioning, Carl Giano Corpus tied for 23rd, plus 2 for the week. An excellent week for the new card holder in the Asian Tour. He is the second best Filipino. Then the third best, tied for 36th. What a week for Rupert Zaragoza. Plus 4. There were 42 Filipinos who joined this tournament, and you wouldn't think that the pint-sized Rupert Zaragoza would be the third best Filipino, but he is. So happy for that young man.
And he's followed by Enrique Di Mayuga.
Actually, hang on. Fidel Concepcion is also
Fidel.
plus 4.
He's
So tied
also
silang
plus
dalawa.
There.
Yeah, tied for third on the Filipino leaderboard. Then, as you said, Enrique Di Mayuga. Happy for that kid also.
Yeah, 2 over today, 5 over for the tournament. He did just have a 7. Or is that him? No, he had a couple of birdies today. He had 4 birdies for the day.
Enrique Di Mayuga had 4 birdies for the day, yes. And 7 bogeys. Enrique Di Mayuga, raised in England, played for the youth national team of England, but he is a Filipino, and Di Mayuga was a member of the Putra Cup winning team in 2024 for the Philippines with Adric Chan and Carl Corpus. Those 3 have all turned pro. And Enrique Di Mayuga making the cut on the number. We thought the cut was going to be at plus 3, and then just at the last moment, it reverted to plus 5, and Enrique Di Mayuga caught the last bus. And so plus 4, he finishes an excellent tournament for him. Makes some cash this weekend.
Yeah.
Bryson Co, difficult day, 79 today, but the 22-year-old Filipino-Canadian plus 6 in a tie for 52nd. And spare a thought as well for the last Filipino who made the cut, Jonel Ababa, 79 today, but
Yes.
in 73rd place. He makes the cut. Really one of the more experienced players we have here in the pro ranks, 41 years old. But going back to the top of the leaderboard, it is none other than Woo Young Cho. And we look to have a report on his 17th hole very soon. He and Pavi Tangkamol Prasert are on that hole at the moment. And really, if Cho and Pavitt finish at -8, you can pretty much hand them the title, because Smythe and Kochar are out of reach, and we've been told that Pavitt, Tangkamol Prasert, and Cho Woo Young are...
They're teeing off at their last hole now. We've yet to kind of catch on what they scored at the 17th. We should get an update in a couple of seconds.
Just
I'm
waiting.
just I'm just really proud of of the Filipinos that really put us in the map in the Asian tour, and we're 2025 was a good season for the Philippines. I think this is still a good start for 2026, Bob.
Abs-
We got a couple of players on the Asian tour, and as Bones mentioned earlier, there's two Asian tour events that's going to happen locally, and hopefully we get a bigger crowd as well that comes over to watch that because it's a spectacle when you gallery for the pros.
well, last year, last October, was it October or November? I'm confused
We had
already.
October last year.
October last year in Santa Elena. That's the closest you're going to get to a Ryder Cup feeling.
Yeah.
Thousands of fans out there cheering for Miguel, to win a big international event. It was wonderful. Watching golf in person is really an experience that every young golfer, every young sports fan should experience. And you mentioned
Yeah.
there, the last year, Justin Kiban kept his card. He's solid. Didn't make the cut this week, but he has earned his place as one of the top Filipino pros. Already got a lot of experience. And Miguel will still be playing Asian Tour events. Of course, he was in Live this weekend, so he couldn't be here. But Adric Chan, Carl Corpus, they have status on the Asian Tour. They have status on the Asian Development Tour as well. They can still play those events. And Sean Ramos dropped off from the Asian Tour last year, just missed the cutoff, but he'll be playing the Asian Development Tour and working to get that card back for sure. He's got a lot of talent as well.
We're looking at some spectators now, waiting on the 18th. One thing, Bob, when you gallery and you watch live on the pros, I know we all look at how great their shots are and everything, but one thing you really don't see is how they zone in their game, or during their pre-shot routine, and that's definitely something to look at when you're a beginner or starting out in the sport, whether you're a junior golfer or you feel like golf is the sport for you. It's different when you watch the pros zone in and they're not dancing around and doing TikTok on the golf course. So it's definitely something to learn from.
Okay, we now have a report that
We got yep.
Woo Young Cho parred hole number 17. So he's at 10 under,
and
4 under for the day.
and Pavitt got a bogey on the 17th, and he's drawn back to 7 under. So the likely winner, Woo Young Cho, 3 strokes ahead, walking up the 18th hole.
What an extraordinary round of golf for the Korean, who is a gold medalist in the Asian Games once for Korea. And the ecosystem of golf in Korea, it's something that all the other countries need to emulate. Just so many kids playing golf, so many tournaments, it's taught very well, a lot
Yeah.
of driving ranges. The players are superstars, especially the ladies. They have fan clubs.
Oh,
The
yes.
fan clubs sometimes fight each other. I've heard of that. And Woo Young Cho, unless he does something really remarkable here on the last hole, he's going to be working his biceps with a trophy later.
Oh yes, and it's very likely that that's going to happen. And you're right. The fandom that they create over in Korea is, you know, is an entity in itself, and it's just so organic that you can't really describe it. And there's no formula to create something like that. But Woo Young Cho, I think how all the drives right at the middle for this final flight as they take on hole 18.
He bogeyed the first hole, then followed that with 2 birdies, birdied the ninth, birdied the 10th. So he has two packs of birdies, picked up another birdie on the par 5 14th. And he's really just minutes away from sealing this first Philippine Golf Championship presented by Philippine Sports Commission. And Ryan Lamb the other day. He posted on his social media. He missed the cut also, and he knew in the end of his second round that he was going to miss the cut. So on this hole, he played over.
He tried to play over.
I think he succeeded. He's
got
a monster drive, and I think he did.
does.
But Ryan Lamb, he's one of our longest hitters. That guy's got speed for days.
Not only one of them, last year he actually won the National Long
Yeah.
Drive Philippines.
Absolutely.
So he's like he won it at 381 if I'm not mistaken for a drive. Wild.
I needed 2 drivers to reach 381. I can do 381 yards on an airport runway. I think that's doable.
All right, and back to the game. Approaching second shot for this second to the last flight. This is the flight of Woo Young Cho, our leader. So far, 3 strokes ahead.
2 players in this flight are wearing white shirts. I have a feeling that this gentleman here being shown might be Sarut Vongchaisit, but we have to confirm that.
If you notice, talking about Ryan Lamb's shot here, there is a little bit of a fairway there to work with if you try and hit it over that water.
And it's wonderful to see this gallery.
Oh, yes.
To catch. It's been raining, but people have come out here. It's been free admission. Wonderful for Sir Benjamin Ambalos and the End Gap to make admission for free. And it's great because, Wack, of course, is in the middle of town. It's so accessible. We're just moments away from, in effect, crowning a winner. But, of course, they have to go to the scoring room
Yes.
and sign the scorecards and have it checked. And it's not official until it's official.
So we will have a clubhouse leader
Yeah.
after we close this hole out.
The clubhouse leader now is actually Irvin Chang at -2. He is the leader in the clubhouse. He's tied for 5th. Hong Chen Yao, Pusit Sopo Premier. There are 3 clubhouse leaders at -2. Ian Snyman is also at -2, but he's still on hole 17.
Paired up on the championship flight is Ian Simon, Travis Smythe. So we're in the Kochar, of course, and then now we're looking at Woo Young Cho's. He does seem like he's a. Let me just get info on all of their scores. They're all putting birdies.
Stories, a new course record of 1 Filipino under par.
Top 10 at that.
Yeah, top 10. Of course, these are world ranking events, so this is going to bump up somebody like Keanu Yans up the world rankings. And this is it.
He's got it. Yes.
He's got it.
He gets the birdie on the last hole just to
Woo
cap it off.
Woo Young Cho goes to -11. He shoots 67 today. This gentleman from Korea.
Lowest round for the day and also wins. Well, would have been winner.
The presumptive champion of
Yes.
the Philippine Golf Championship. We'll wait for the ink to dry on his scorecard and for the last flight to finish. But it looks like nobody can catch him.
That puts him to 11 under. And Pavit is 4 strokes away. Slips past the hole on that putt.
So worthy champion on a difficult day, which had some poor weather and a lot of tough players falling off the leaderboard. It is Woo Young Cho who emerges. They know that he's going to get it, and the caddies
Yes.
getting
Already getting the celebrations out there. And that has been a staple. Water on the champ. Right now on the would-be champ is Woo Young Cho, Chairman Nabalos, greeting the Korean. Also greeted by, that's Mr. Martin Lorenzo of NGAP, Mr. Cho of the Asian Tour, and also our Secretary General, Bolds Floro, welcoming the would-be champion. I think they're going to take a couple of photos before they, as you said, ink that final scorecard, get the signatures in. And this has been not just exciting for Philippine golf, it's been fun. It's been fun for spectators, it's been fun for the team, for the organizers to watch this caliber of players play here at Wack Wack. And I think that's also Ma'am Liana Carmona joining them, welcoming the would-be champion. Miss Liana, of course, is our vice president for the National Golf Association of the Philippines.
It's unusual to see this happening before the last flight has come in, but Woo Young, Pavet Tangkamol Pursuit has already hit more shots than Woo Young Cho has taken with a hole to go.
With a four-shot lead to close it out, I think that's almost a guarantee that it is over. We just need to make sure that the last flight holds out, and we'll start preparing for awarding of the champion.
Number 548 in the world. That is definitely going to edge up after this. So Woo Young Cho will get a big boost.
And what a way to start his 2026 season at the Asian Tour.
His best OWGR, 337th. And he's well on his way back to that. With a victory on the Asian Tour at the Philippine Golf Championship.
We're gonna, after he gets to sign his scorecard and officially take it, we'll try to get a couple words from the champion even before we get there. Yes. We hope you guys were excited about that as we were watching it and talking you guys through it. But we will catch the winner in a few minutes. What do you think of that, Bob?
Well,
Good game.
It just shows the standard of golf in Korea, because they just have such a mature ecosystem for developing golf. And in the women's game, they are so dominant, really. They're one of the biggest nations in the world. And now they have a player who's far from being one of their top lights, but he snapped off a big tournament here on the Asian Tour. So really wonderful to see Cho pick up the title this year. And of course, we're very, very proud of Keanu Yans as well.
Yeah.
1 under this week, going 1 under in Wack Wack East over 72 holes. That is very, very impressive indeed.
That's definitely not an easy feat given the conditions. They got to prepare for it though, and we're happy with the performance of our Filipinos here at the Asian Tour inaugural. And this is the first, when you say the first title that it's called the Philippine Golf Championships.
Yes.
And then we did hear that this might actually be a staple Asian Tour opener.
That is the plan, and we really hope to see that. I think the Asian Tour has had a very good week last October they were so bowled over by the crowds that came out to
Hmm.
support Miguel. So it's a four-stroke victory for Pavit Tangkamol Prasert. Travis Smythe, they're actually still on the
They're
17th
still
hole, but Travis Smythe is at -6. He's 5 strokes away.
fast. Yeah.
He needs an eagle and a hole in one on the 17th, and then a hole in one on the 18th, I think.
That
So,
is to win. But if he gets an eagle, then he gets a tie.
yeah, so pretty, you can pretty much hand the trophy to Woo Young Cho, who is a worthy champion. If you just go over, he shot 69 on the opening round, and he made the cut easily with a 70. So he was 5 under
Hmm.
at the halfway point. Moving day, as they call it, just a 71, just kind of chugging along, you know. And then today, unbelievable, 5 under today. 6 birdies on his last 17 holes. Started out with a bogey
Yes.
and ended up shooting 67. It's a lesson for all of us handicap players, isn't it, Jesse?
Definitely that even if you start with a bogey, you can end it right. But he did come right after with a birdie on hole number 2 and 3. And that was spectacular to watch. And that's the way you come back. And as he said from the beginning of the rounds, he said the first 6 holes will determine most probably how you're going to play the rest of the day. And he did not disappoint with 4 more birdies coming after that.
That's right. 3 on the back 9, bookends 10 and 18, and then one on the 14th as well. And no more bogeys after that first hole. And this is Tangkamol Prasert.
Yep.
The cleanup. He was the guy, he was the chaser. It looks like Tangkamol Prasert has a good chance to finish solo second. However, Travis Smythe, he is -6. It looks like Travis Smythe has parred the 17th hole. So we're talking about the purse here. The winner's purse usually 1/6 of the total purse. So around 80,000
Yes.
US dollars for Woo Young Cho. That's a pretty good week's work.
Not a bad day to fly back and with 80,000 US with you. But I think if you do make the cut, and these are how professional um, tournaments really go through, is if you did make a cut, there is a certain price point to it already.
Yes, you're making money as long as
Yeah.
you make the cut. So it's Darwinian. It's tough, but that's how it
It's
goes.
it's tough out there. There are a couple of videos that you guys should check out on how these professionals actually their expenses and what it takes to play the tour. It's not that easy.
It's not.
It's not outside of your practice games and everything that you need to prepare for. But obviously, we see the highlights, we see the winners. But there was a pool of 120. How many was our pool this
Usually,
year?
it was I think 100. Usually the maximum is 144. I
144.
think 2 withdrew or retired. You got about 142 runners. 42 of them were Filipinos. 7 made the cut. 1 got into the top 10. Philippines, we need to keep on working to
Yes.
develop our grassroots, and I think we're in the right direction.
Definitely. And you know what? For me, it is at play is how much support our professional Filipino professionals get from the Filipino crowd. It's not just following them on social media or anything. It's really following their game and learning from it, because there are a lot of talents that would want to follow in their footsteps as well.
That's right. There's a lot of young kids
Young
playing
kids.
golf now. A lot of adults picking up the game, giving it to their kids. You have at least 3 different entities doing junior golf. As we look at our scoreboard here, Woo Young Cho pretty much confirmed as our champion.
Well, he should be confirmed.
He is our champion.
We
yeah.
already threw water over
Yes.
him.
And his caddy as well.
They're wet with the championships. It was a gruesome day. The sun didn't shine at all the entire day. We had a drizzle, but not a lot of rain. There was no stoppage, but it made the greens wet and the fairways wet as well. So extra difficulty for the players today here at Wack Wack.
You saw there two Thais, Supu Pramay and Tangkamal Persert in the top five. A great week also for Thailand. And now we'll turn you over to a gap. We'll have a gap first, and then
Yeah.
after that, we'll have our awarding. So don't go away.
All right, stay tuned, and we'll get back to you guys in a bit.